Welcome to Telepathic Tree. I'm Magdalene. I kept hearing this message. You are a spiritual wild card. Yeah, I know, right? So I want to dig a little deeper and get to the root of this issue and figure out why. Collective, why are you a spiritual wild card? So here we go. Angels, ancestors, guides, and guardians, be with us in this reading. Let's pick one more. Ooh, too many. We're gonna do these two. Why are you a spiritual wild card? Why are you a spiritual wild card? Let's flip them and then we'll discuss. The High Priestess. Do you see this? Try not to get the glare. The High Priestess. That's your spiritual wild card. And the first fucking card that popped out was the High Priestess. You have some deep inner spiritual knowledge that you're not sharing. And the High Priestess doesn't allow everyone to know what insights that God is giving her, her angels, her ancestors, her guides, and guardians. It's not for the masses. You have to be asked into her sacred space. Look. You have to be initiated to get that information. Okay, I'm going to flip these other two cards and then we're going to go even more into that because I could talk all night just about the High Priestess. The King of Wands. Ooh, and the Tower. Okay. Here we go. Why are you a spiritual wild card? The High Priestess. Deep inner spiritual knowledge that isn't meant to be blabbed about at the taverns, as they would say back in the day. The King of Wands is all about passion, action, movement. This dude's ready to take over the fucking world. My guys are giving me, I don't know if you remember that old cartoon from the 90s. Pinky and the Brain. What are we going to do tonight, Brain? Try and take over the world. The King of Wands is literally trying to take over the world in this card because this is passionate, sometimes sensual, but passionate energy. And this, whatever you are pointing that wand towards, no pun intended, but wherever you're pointing that wand towards, you're going to get shit done. Okay. Now paired with the High Priestess, why are you a spiritual wild card? Because you're not planning on taking over the material world, man. You're doing some shit in the astral. You're doing some stuff in the spirit world. You might look like some nice person on this. Okay. My guys get a little raunchy sometimes, but a lady in the street and a freak in the bed, a lady in the street, but a spiritual high priestess in the spirit world. All right. And then for the third card to be the Tower, whatever is not aligning right now, that is going with your spiritual plans that you're planning. Okay. Now, in the normal Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, the Tower's like people falling and lightning going, and it's like, oh shit, that's fucking straight up 100% chaos. But in this, why are you a spiritual wild card? Look how mischievous this bitch looks. Hold on. You see her face? She's the one that knocked the tower over. Okay. And the normal Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, people are jumping from the windows, shit's going down, and no one knows what the fuck's happening. everything is collapsing from the bottom up. But in this card, there we go, now it's not glaring. She's the reason why the tower fell. So why are you a spiritual wild card right now? Because you're the one that wanted it to fall. You're the one that stacked up those dominoes and then like giggled when they all fell over. Because in the card that came before it with the King of Wands, this is all part of a bigger spiritual plan that you and your spirit team and God have lined up for you. Okay, so don't be surprised that you're kind of just giggling when shit hits the fan, because spiritually it needed to, apparently. I'm gonna ask why. Why is the High Priestess here? Why is the High Priestess here? Okay. The Hermit. Okay. That's two. No, fuck. 3 major arcanas in this reading already. The Hermit. Underneath the High Priestess. Okay. Why is the High Priestess here? Because you've used the spiritual knowledge that you've gained from going in Hermit mode, and you're now bringing it into the physical. So everything that you have been downloading, you've been working on your inner healing, you've been working on all this spiritual work, you're now bringing it into the 3D physical realm where it's manifesting. Whoa. I'm glad I'm doing this reading for you because you got some big shit coming on. So I also want to know why the King of Wands is here. So we're going to do 2 more clear cards and then we'll go some more. But for the Hermit to be under why the High Priestess is here, the spiritual wild card, you've got 3 major arcana. Deep spiritual knowledge is helping, even though it might seem like an unraveling in the physical realm, in the world. We walk in both worlds. And obviously your spiritual side is coming out more and more in your physical, which you're probably seeing way more signs and synchronicities now. I wouldn't be surprised. And when you do, you're just going to be like smirking like, imagine that. You know, it was all part of the King of Wands plans when you're trying to bring the Hermit spiritual knowledge and materializing it as the High Priestess. Imagine that. Why is the King of Wands here? One more clarifier for King of Wands. Well, we got 2 jumping out, so we're going to take it for the King of Wands and the Tower. Oh, okay. So under the King of Wands, we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah. Shit in the physical world was not aligning with the spiritual agreements that you made, not only with God but your ancestors. What chains you came here to break. I don't know why my guides are giving me chain breaker, curse breaker. It's not just your life that was crumbling on the 3D realm. It's also generations of trauma. You are definitely the wild card because you weren't expected. Sorry, I was tuning in there for a minute because all I could see was like ancestors crying, and you stepping up in the spirit world and saying, I can look it in the eye. I can stare those fucking demons down, those spiritual demons down, those things that have happened to us in the past, and I can say no more. And that's why the King of Wands is here, and that's why you're so fucking passionate about the spiritual work that is not unraveling, but is unfolding in divine timing, because deep down, you know that it's not only benefiting you, but it's benefiting your ancestors and it's benefiting all those that come after you, not only in your bloodline, but in humanity, galactic scale. And that's why that's why it's so fucking powerful, because if it was like you were born and you knew what all this shit was, no, man, I'm not going to do that. But you're the spiritual wild card because it's such a passionate spiritual road you are taking. With the fucking 10 of swords. Like, that is rock bottom. This guy has all the swords in his back. No one's coming to save him. Can't reach his room. There's nowhere to go. That was the bottom of the barrel. And I feel like that's what's been repeating for not just generations, fucking eons. Like, this is on a galactic scale. King of Wands, Chainbreaker, Curse Breaker. Shit, I didn't think. Ooh, see, I just got goosebumps all up on my left side. That's a definite confirmation. Now, what's crazy about this too is what happened underneath the tower. The Four of Wands. What did I say about that? Imagine that moment. Imagine that. Four of Wands is all about celebration. Sometimes it's weddings, but in this one, it's a coven, a family, soul family, family that you choose. Like I said, the ancestors, because it's celebration. Celebration that you were strong enough. Like, now this tower moment also is like really hitting home too, because you were strong enough to make it fall. You had the power within you to look it in the face, to say, this is what is not going to happen anymore. Okay, my guys are telling me we can teach them a better way. Might have been that's how it used to be in the past, but not anymore. Not with me, not with my children, not with our generation. This is our time. Four of Wands. Imagine that. Great celebration. You're the spiritual wild card because, yeah, fear exists. We're programmed with that. It's something that is part of when we incarnate in these human bodies to protect us. But on a spiritual level, you are able to look that fear in the face and say, fuck you. Is that all you got? Because it's not happening anymore. With the High Priestess, the King of Wands, and the Tower, with those combinations, and we got the clarifiers on why you're the spiritual wild card. You're not taking shit anymore. You're not putting up with it. You're kicking ass and taking names in the spirit world, and it's starting to manifest in this world. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's currently what's happening right now, because I kept hearing that all day. You are the spiritual wild card. You are the spiritual wild card. Why, collective? Why? Now I'm going to give you a starseed guidance, because this is a galactic level. Oops, caught it. Okay. Your guidance on this is baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. And there's a giant ass fucking tower here. Your guidance is that, yeah, that's a lot. But if you take the baby steps and you plan and you put the passion with it behind you as the King of Wands, and you know what your spiritual path is, Someone I really loved once told me, it doesn't matter how fast you go as long as you're facing the right direction. Doesn't matter if you're crawling, doesn't matter if you're laying there and you're just looking in the direction. Some days are fucking harder than others. Let's be real. We're all on this planet right now. And just from reading this collective energy from you, you have a big spiritual mission. That's why you are the spiritual wild card in your family. But on those days, just remember baby steps. Do you remember that movie? What about Bob? I'm doing it. I'm doing the baby steps. I'm following the program. I can do it. It was this guy, Bill Murray. He was like afraid to leave the house. Like he had like horrible anxiety and agoraphobia. And then he like got obsessed with his psychiatrist or whatever. But he's like, baby steps, Bob, baby steps. And he eventually was able to like leave the house. I'm baby stepping. Bitch. On the hard days, just remember, keep baby stepping, Bob. I'm rooting for you. I'll be here for another reading. Thank you for sharing this space with me under the telepathic tree. I definitely resonate with this spiritual message that came out tonight. And baby steps, Bob. Okay? All right. Until next time, God bless, and remember to stay grounded, but keep your eyes to the stars. All right? Okay. Bye.